It's hard to believe, but the 10th and final weekend of the Ohio High School football regular season is upon us. Good evening, everyone. I'm Mark Lanzer from Duke Stadium at Marlington High School. It is an Eastern Buckeye Conference finale between the rival Alliance Aviators and the Marlington Dukes. With me is John Taggart Jr., and we'll be hearing from him in a few moments. But I want to welcome you to this ball game and let you know that the Marlington Dukes come in with a 6-3 record. They are 2-2 in the EBC. The Alliance Aviators come in at 5-4. They are also 2-2 in the conference. And both teams have playoff aspirations. If the season were to have ended last weekend, the Alliance Aviators would be in, and the Marlington Dukes would have been on the outside looking in and would have been eliminated. But that's why they play 10 games. And this, of course, is rivalry weekend. Of course, most of the attention will be tomorrow afternoon between the Massillon Tigers and the McKinley Bulldogs in Canton. But this game will not play second fiddle to it. We are about to set for the kickoff. And, John, I think it's going to be an exciting night here at the stadium.
Yeah, it's always good when it's rivalry week, and you got two teams in the thick of the EBC looking to do battle. It's always a good competition. So should be getting here set for kickoff. We'll be able to see Mr. Zerberg up first.
Yep, the Dukes preparing to kick the ball off. And we'll tell you more about the Mr. Zerberg that John alluded to. And as we get ready to get underway, we are underway. And the kickoff is in and then out of the end zone for a touchback. So the Aviators will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. Correction, the 25-yard line, it looks like the official's going to put the ball. There we go. Sometimes you have to remind these guys this isn't the NFL. So the Lions will start, and quarterback, number 4, the senior, Brendan Zerbrugg, having a fantastic season, both passing and rushing. He hands the ball off, and the Dukes stand them up. He might have been lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And making the stop on the play for the Marlington Dukes was number 54, Samuel Bear. 2nd down 10 for the Aviators. Zerberg, now he's in the shotgun. Takes a snap, back to pass, throws left side, caught. But immediately hit was the receiver. They might have gotten 5 yards out of that, but not much more. So it'll be 3rd down and 4, according to the scoreboard. And we have reached the 11-minute mark of the first quarter. And I'm Mark Lanzer for the Straggett Media Network. Zerberg in this shotgun again. Now he's making sure of the play. Back to pass, we have a flag, and we might have a false start. So it'll be a 3rd and long for the Alliance Aviators. And John, like any game, the team's got to be careful each team has to be careful not to commit too many penalties.
Yeah, there's going to be a little bit of butterflies here, week 10, especially senior night for Marlington. There's going to be little butterflies, little nervousness in the first drive.
3rd down and 9. Back to pass, Zerberg. He's got plenty of time. Now he runs with it. He's at the 25. He's at the 30, 35. He's at the 40, down to the the Alliance, looks like the 47-yard line. And as I mentioned earlier, he's not only effective with his arm, he's effective with his legs. As his rushing statistics coming into this game. He's carried the ball 119 times for 820 yards and 11 touchdowns. So 1st and 10 for the Aviators. They are at their own 47-yard line. Now Zerbrugg has a backfield made to his left. He rolls left, now throws left, caught at the 50. And looks like they're down at the Marlington 45-yard line.
I believe that was number 2, Kayvon Davis, senior for Alliance.
He's another key player. We have a list of key players here.
And he's one definitely watch out for. He's a 6'4", 200-pound receiver. He's a great basketball player as well. He's got 899 yards on the year, 20 touchdowns.
So 2nd and 1 on the Dukes 44. And a handoff. 40 to the 35. So there'll be another first down. Zerbrugg on the carry. Carter DeFleur on the stop for the Marlington Dukes. He was one of the many seniors honored tonight. It is senior night, didn't want to forget that. 40 seniors overall were honored. That includes band members, cheerleaders, members of the other fall sports teams, both male and female. 1st and 10 Alliance on the Dukes 34-yard line, 8:35 and counting here in the first quarter. Handoff, and looks like about at least 3 yards for the Aviators there. Ravon Hawkins on that carry for the Alliance Aviators. Hawkins, a 5'7", 155-pound sophomore. 2nd down 7 for the Aviators at the Duke 34. And back to pass Zerbrugg. Now he has to roll to his right under some pressure. He's going to keep it 30. He's to the 25 and out of bounds. I believe he has plenty for the first down. That will stop the clock with 7 minutes, 52 seconds to go here in quarter number 1.
Yeah, I know you mentioned Hawkins there. He has an older brother, Ramir Hawkins, who's one of our X Factors out there, another great slot receiver for Alliance.
Number 3 for Ramir. So 1st and 10 for the Aviators. Dukes 24. Zerbrugg throws left, caught up to 25, and now breaking tackles. He's trying to get into the end zone, and he does. In fact, you just mentioned Kayvon Davis, John, and all of a sudden he has an impact. He scores that touchdown with 7:44 to go here in the first quarter. And the Aviators look like they're going to line up for the conventional point after touchdown, the 1-point variety. In fact, we have a left-footed kicker. The snap, the spot, the kick is up. It's blocked.
Oh.
So the Dukes thwart the Aviators' effort to make it 7-0. So we have 7 minutes, 44 seconds to go here in the first quarter at Duke Stadium at Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network. It is Alliance 6, Marlington 0. We will take this timeout.
Hello, I'm Tanya of Thomas Dental. Would you like to improve your smile? Maybe you think you're not a candidate. Here at Thomas Dental, we can offer you dental solutions from professional whitening, braces to full mouth restoration with payment arrangements for almost any budget. At Thomas Dental, you have access to a dentist 24/7, from routine dental visits to emergency dental care. We're one call.
Welcome back to Marlington High School, Duke Stadium in particular. I'm Mark Lanzer for the Straggett Media Network along with John Taggart Jr. The Alliance Aviators preparing to kick off, and they do. And it's a short kick, taken on the 30 and to the 35. So the Dukes will be in pretty good field position. The Alliance Aviators with a nice opening touchdown drive that took a little bit more than 4 minutes off the clock. So the key players for the Marlington Dukes, you have senior wide receiver Bo Himmelheber, junior quarterback Bryson McCord, and senior running back Carter DeFleur. In the backfield with the backfield mate to his left, he hands it off. And the Aviators pretty much snuff it out at around the line of scrimmage. Carter DeFleur, number 33 on the carry. So let's see where they end up saying that the ball is on. The scoreboard is keeping it at the 35. Well, now they're saying second down and 11. McCord in the shotgun. Now he goes to his left, and the Alliance Aviator defender brings him down a little bit shy of the Marlington 30-yard line, so that will go down as a sack. So it'll be third down and long coming up for the Aviators, 3rd and 16 with 6:45 and counting here in the first quarter. Lined up, McCord in the shotgun. The backfield made to his left. A couple receivers left and right each. Now he fakes the running back, throws downfield. It's caught. 45, 50, 45, 40. Still on his feet, and he's brought down inside the Alliance 28-yard line. So Malcolm Salyers on the reception. He's a 5'11" sophomore. The official spot the 29-yard line of the Alliance Aviators. 1st and 10 Dukes. We are about at the 6-minute mark, and now we are at the 6-minute mark of quarter number 1. Handoff, right side. Breaks the tackle, gets to about the 25, maybe the 24 of Alliance. Brady White in on the tackle for Alliance. Now number 8, Brady Keller, coming in for the Dukes. Second down and 6 for Marlington at the Alliance 25-yard line. 5 minutes, 20 seconds and counting here in the first quarter. Back to pass. McCord looks downfield. They got out of the pocket and throws it out of bounds. Needed to get to the line of scrimmage to avoid intentional grounding, and he did just that.
I believe that's actually number 2, Bo Himmelheber back there at quarterback.
Oh, my goodness.
McCord suffered a shoulder injury a couple weeks back. He was supposed to play this week, and I don't think he could get in the rotation. So, yeah, they have Bo Himmelheber back there at quarterback.
Okay, well, I've been saying McCord all the time, so especially since they lined up in the shotgun, and they're maintaining that with Himmelheber. He throws downfield, overthrows his intended receiver. So thank you for correcting me, John. I didn't realize that. I'm so used to McCord being in there. So you say he does have a shoulder injury?
Yeah, I believe he had a shoulder injury against West Branch.
Okay.
So he's battling, trying to get back from that.
Okay. You got to keep this old guy straight. I appreciate that. So 4th and 6, the Aviators going for it. Himmelheber looks, and it is incomplete, and Alliance will take over on downs. So 5 minutes and 1 second to go here in the first quarter. We are at Duke Stadium at Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network. The Alliance Aviators lead the Marlington Dukes by a score of 6-0. So Zerberg in the shotgun. He's got a backfield mate with him. And Zerberg keeps it. He's at the 30. And it looks like he's knocked out of bounds about the 35-yard line. So that will be close to a first down if he did not get it. And the down marker has indeed changed to a 2, so it'll be second and 1 for Alliance with 4:35 and counting here in the first quarter. The Aviators lead the Marlington Dukes by a score of 6-0. And Zerbrugg now throws right side. An open man caught it around the 36-yard line, and he gets away from some would-be tacklers. Some nice moves.
Yeah, I believe that's number 3, Ramir Hawkins, one of the X factors.
Yep.
That's going to play a key point in this game.
So it'll be a first down for the Alliance Aviators. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Aviators on the Marlington 46-yard line. Scoreboard has 41. It should be 46. Zerberg all alone in the backfield. Now he keeps it. Goes to his left, 50, 45 to the 40. And he is brought down around, if not inside, the Marlington Dukes 35-yard line. As I mentioned, both that Zerberg is effective not only with his arm, but with his legs as well. And, John, that could really come into play in this ball game.
Yeah, to be able not only to throw the ball well, but get out of the pocket and make something happen with your feet, that's a very hard thing to stop.
So 1st and 10 Aviators on the Marlington 34, 3:25 and counting here in the first quarter. Zerberg, now he quickly over the middle. It's caught. 20, 15. Still on his feet, 10. And dragged down maybe at the 1.
Wow.
That was a very nice completion. And then yardage after the catch by the Alliance receiver. Here Hawkins again, it looks like. As you mentioned, John, he is the Alliance X-Factor player. Cameron Evanich, the X-Factor player for the Marlington Dukes. And now we have whistles blow. I think we're going to have a timeout. So the Dukes call timeout. 2:53 to go here in the first quarter. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network. It is Alliance 6, Marlington nothing. We will take this timeout. We're back at Marlington High School, Duke Stadium. I'm Mark Lanzer for the Straggett Media Network, along with John Taggart Jr. The Alliance Aviators, 2nd and goal at the 2, and they run the ball up the middle, and they are in the end zone for a touchdown. Brendan Zerbrugg. And the Aviators now take a 12-0 lead. Let's see if they... No, looks like they are going to line up for the conventional point after touchdown. But the previous attempt was blocked. The snap, the spot, the kick, blocked again.
Well, extra points coming at a premium here for Alliance.
They have to be very careful. We'll keep it right here since that was only the one play after we took a timeout. Again, I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. And John, as you mentioned, as we both have mentioned, Brendan Zerberg playing a very big role in this ball game.
Yeah, he's currently I believe, second in Division II in total yards with 25.97. Or Division III, I'm sorry. 17 over 1,700 passing, 800 rushing, 33 total touchdowns. That's kind of a monster to try to stop and make them beat you somebody else.
So the Aviators preparing to kick off. My previous game that I did here for the Straggett Media Network, the Northwest Indians scored on their very first touchdown, 2 touchdown drives. Let's see if the Dukes can counter like they did against Northwest. Another short kick. And looks like we have a minor scrum there around the 34, 35-yard line of Marlington. So the Dukes will have the ball first down and 10. We have 2 minutes, 43 seconds to go here in the first quarter. So the Dukes come back on the field. Bo Himmelheber, who excelled as a receiver in that aforementioned Northwest game, will be the quarterback. He's lined up in the shotgun. Backfield mate to his left. He hands it off to that backfield mate. And he gets over the 35 to, looks like on the 38-yard line, that is Carter DeFleur, who we have listed as one of Marlington's key players. Again, he comes in with 97 yards or 97 carries for 632 yards and 4 touchdowns. Second down and 7 for Marlington. 2:10 and counting here in the first quarter. And off again. At this time, Alliance was ready for it. Marlington might have gotten a yard out of that, but not much more. So it'll be a third down for the Dukes coming up.
Gain of 1 will bring up a third down 7 for the Dukes.
So Marlington with a third down and 7 on their own 43-yard line, 140 and counting here in quarter number 1. Himmelheber. Back pass now rolls to his left. Now he keeps it 40, 45, 50, 45, 40 down to it looks like the Alliance 39-yard line. So Bo Himmelheber, who was part of a 2-man wrecking crew along with Bryson McCord against Northwest, shows some nice mobility there. And John, that's what the Dukes need, because they don't want to get down too big too early.
Yep, you're exactly right. Bo made a nice play there to get them down into crossing their own field here.
Yeah, he's going to his right, and looks like he's going to keep it, and he gets knocked forward to about the 37-yard line. We are under a minute to go here in the first quarter. It's a 40-second play clock, but the Marlington Dukes will have to run a play before it expires.
Gain of 3 brings up a second down 7.
So second down and 7 for Marlington. At the Alliance 36. And he's Himmelheber with a backfield mate to his left. Hands it off. I believe that's DeFleur again. And DeFleur with a nice run. Gets it inside the Alliance 35 to, I believe, the 33. And that might have been the last play of the first quarter. We're at 10 seconds and counting. And the Dukes not rushing at all. So we have reached the end of the first quarter here at Duke Stadium on the campus of Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. Straggett Media Network presenting you high school football. After one quarter of play, the Alliance Aviators 12, the Marlington Dukes nothing, and we will take this time out.
I would direct your attention to the fact that we recognize our EBC championship teams this fall. First, our high school girls volleyball team, led by head coach Stephanie Tortola and assistant coaches Amy Coleman and Casey Klepko. They continue their EBC legacy as the 2023 Eastern Buckeye Conference champions, with a season record of 19 wins, 3 losses. Congratulations, ladies. Also, our high school boys soccer team, led by head coach Clayton Cowgill, assisted by Alex McDaniel, Justin Woods, Cole Webb, and Reese Capley.
Welcome back to Marlington High School's Duke Stadium. I'm Mark Lanzer for the Straggett Media Network, along with John Taggart Jr. First play of the second quarter for the Dukes, and it looks like it was kind of a busted play as they take a loss to the Alliance 41-yard line. The Alliance Aviators leading the Marlington Dukes by a score of 12-0. So let's see what the Dukes do here. Fourth down and 11 at the Alliance 40. Looks like they are going to go for it. Emil Heber in the shotgun. Looks like the floor to his left. Emil Heber back to pass. He looks, and he's got a receiver. It looked like he did, but he did not hang on to the football. That would have been a first down easily for the Marlington Dukes.
Yeah, he had a guy there in the middle down the seam wide open and just kind of missed the mark there.
That was Malcolm Salyers, the intended receiver. So the Aviators will take over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10 for Alliance on their own 40-yard line with 11 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the second quarter. Zerberg in the shotgun, empty backfield. Receivers split to the left, 3 to the right, back to pass. Zerberg, now he goes with his legs again, but he doesn't get much. The Dukes were able to contain him. He's had a couple nice runs earlier that helped on the Aviators' 2 touchdown drives.
Yep, and the key for the Dukes is really going to be kind of keeping him bottled up. The Aviators have done a good job by going 5 wide and leaving him in the backfield by himself, really spreading this Dukes defense out thin.
Second down and 9. Back to pass Zerbrugg. Goes to his right, throws to his right. Got 40, 45.
Zerbrugg pass complete to number 3, Ramir Hawkins.
Ramir Hawkins.
Tap on the play by Drew Simmons.
Drew Simmons in on the tackle. So it's a 5-yard gain for the Alliance Aviators. It'll be 3rd down and 5 on their own 45. The Dukes need a defensive stop. Now Zerbrugg looks like he's audibleizing a little bit, checking with his offensive coordinator. Now we got a man in motion to the left. The throw over the middle is caught at the 48-yard line of Marlington and brought down at the 44 of the Dukes.
Pass complete to number 7, Leland Vader.
Leland Vader, the receiver for Alliance, number 7. So it'll be 1st down and 10 for Alliance at the 44-yard line. And like the first 2 drives, John, Alliance looks like they're moving right along again.
Yep, they're just really kind of spacing out the Dukes defense currently.
Zerberg takes a snap, keeps it, 45. They got a fumble, but I believe the Alliance fell on it. Zerberg was hit around the 42, but I believe it was one of his linemen that salvaged the ball back to the 45. So in effect, it'll just be a 1-yard loss for the Aviators. It could have been worse. And it would have been a turnover that Marlington would have liked to come up with.
Yep, Alliance was right place, right time.
2nd down 11. 9:15 and counting here in the second quarter. Zerberg now with a mate in the backfield. It looks like, no, he's by himself. Okay, had to look again. Now he quickly goes right side, caught at the 45, to the 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown Alliance.
Pass complete to number 2, Kevon Davis. Takes the ball into the
have listed as one of our key players for the Alliance Aviators shows why. And he comes in with 45 receptions and 899 yards. So Alliance this time will go for 2 after failing their first conventional 1-point after attempts. Zerberg in the backfield. He's going to keep it, and they're going to stop him. So the only real bright side for the Dukes right now, John, is at least there's thwarting the extra points by the Aviators.
Yeah, they've blocked 2 extra points and then stopped the 2-point conversion, and those kind of points add up, throughout the game and could eventually, pay dividends in the second half.
8:59 to go here in the third quarter. We'll keep it right here. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Strackett Media Network. The Alliance Aviators, 3 drives, 3 touchdowns. But as we both mentioned earlier, their extra point attempts have left a little bit to be desired. So let's hope that provides a spark for the Dukes. Again, the Aviators come in with a 5-4 record, 2-2 in the Eastern Buckeye Conference. The Marlington Dukes at 6-3. They also have a 2-2 Eastern Buckeye Conference record. And playoff implications on the line as well.
Malcolm Stallion and Cole Jones lead for the Dukes. J.R. Jackson sets the kickoff for the Aviators.
Now the kick. Up. Looks like we might have had a offside maybe. It's an illegal procedure.
Yep.
So they'll have to re-kick the ball on their own 35-yard line.
It's something you don't see too often, even at the high school level, especially week 10. Those kind of penalties you really don't see that often.
Well, as I mentioned during the Northwest game, kickers usually in high school football are at a premium. So mistakes can be made, and in this case were. Not necessarily by the kicker, but by his special teammates. He gets this one off, and it's bobbled by the Dukes, but picked up on the 20. And he might have got to the 24-yard line, so the Aviators down there on the coverage.
Malcolm Salyers on the return. Dukes will be in this drive. 1st and 10, right about their 25-yard line.
So the Marlington Dukes will try their third possession. 8:52 to go here in the second quarter. It is Alliance 18, Marlington nothing. The Dukes with a 1st and 10 on their own 24. Emil Heber in the shotgun. He's got a backfield mate to his right. And back to pass is Emil Heber. Looks forward right. Did he stay in bounds? No, he only needs 1 foot. The ball was definitely caught.
Yep, looks like they're giving it to him.
Yep, Cameron Evanich, who is listed as the Marlington X Factor player. And it's a 7-yard gain. 2nd down and 2 make it at their own 32. Clock stopped at 8:46 to go here in quarter number 2. Emil Heber throws right side again to Evanich. Evanich 35-40. Knocked out of bounds at about the, looks like the 43-44 of Marlington. Plenty enough for the first down. And the Dukes definitely need to score on this drive, particularly a touchdown, John, or they're going to bury themselves in a deep hole early and risk having a running clock here in the ball game.
Yep.
So 1st and 10 Dukes on their own 44, 8:41 to go second quarter. Man in motion. Snap. Now Emil Heber keeps it. He faked it to DeFleur. Keeps the ball. Looks like he got a couple of yards.
Yeah, did a lot of work there just to get a couple of yards, but very shifty on his feet.
Number 76 on the stop for the Indians.
Well, of course, when we did the Northwest game, he was a wide receiver, and McCord was the quarterback. So Himmelhuber definitely showing his athletic prowess. So it'll be 2nd and 7 for the Dukes on their own 47. Man in motion again. That's Evanich. And Himmelhuber was looking his way, but Evanich didn't see him, but Himmelhuber keeps it. And he's still going, and he's knocked out of bounds. It looks like around a little bit outside of the Alliance 35, maybe the 36. But that will be another first down for the Marlington Dukes. And the out-of-bounds play stops the clock at 7 minutes, 53 seconds to go here in quarter number 2. And I'm seeing some umbrellas starting to sprout, John.
Yep, a little mist here coming down, light sprinkle.
So the Dukes, 1st and 10 on the Alliance 37, handoff to LaFleur.
Ooh.
And he got met very roughly. He might have got a yard, but that was one of the toughest yards he's ever gained.
Well, the Alliance Aviators have a nice group of linebackers there, all 4 totaling 271 tackles so far this year, and they like to come up and hit. They're very physical.
And it's a linebackers by committee as far as the tackles go. And when you can have that many people with a lot of tackles, that really helps your defense. Himmelhuber rolls right, now throws, caught, 30, 25, and looks like maybe down to the 21-yard line. Malcolm Salyers, number 7.
Good for another. First down. The new drive continues. 1st and 10 for Marlington. The ball now resting at the
Yeah, it looks like they're knocking on the red zone here.
7 minutes and counting.
This is kind of the first time they've gotten this far. They've been able to go from 40 to 40, and this kind of had mishaps. So now they're knocking on the door.
Himmelhuber threw it. The intended receiver could not hang on to it. Looked like the pass was a little bit behind Cam Evanich. So it'll be second down and 10 for Marlington on the Alliance 23-yard line. 6:47 to go here in the second quarter. Now a handoff the floor. Looks like he might have got at least one.
Back on the play made by number 8, C.J. Daniel.
So it'll be 3rd down for the Dukes. 3rd down and 10 at the Alliance 23-yard line. 6:23 and counting here in the second quarter. Himmelhuber in the shotgun as he has been all night. Now he rolls to his left. Still looking. Now he's going to keep it. And that was a hard hit near the sideline, but I guess it was a clean one because I didn't see any flags come out, John. So looks like the Dukes will have a 4th down coming up here. And too long to go for a field goal, I would think. So we'll see what they drum up here. Fourth and 6 at the Alliance 20. 5:40 and counting here in quarter number 2. The Dukes have already called a timeout this quarter. And I'm thinking this looks like maybe another one's coming up. Play clock down to 3. And the whistles blow. And it will be a timeout for the Marlington Dukes. So we'll take a timeout as well. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network. 5:21 to go second quarter. It's Alliance 18, Marlington nothing.
Hello, I'm Tanya of Thomas Dental. Would you like to improve your smile? Maybe you think you're not a candidate. Here at Thomas Dental, we can offer you dental solutions from professional whitening, braces to full mouth restoration with payment arrangements for almost any budget. Hello, I'm Tanya of Thomas Dental. Would you like to improve your smile? Maybe you think you're not a candidate. Here at Thomas Dental, we can offer you dental solutions from professional whitening, braces, to full mouth restoration.
Welcome back to Duke Stadium at the campus of Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer for the Straggett Media Network, along with John Taggart Jr. 5:21 to go here, second quarter, 4th down and 6 for the Marlington Dukes on the Alliance 20-yard line. They need the convert. Emil Heber now goes to his right, being chased, hit as he threw, and the ball lands incomplete. So again, the Alliance Aviators will take over on downs with 5:15 to go in the second quarter. Alliance with an 18-0 lead over Marlington. They will have the ball 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. And the Aviators have scored on their first 3 possessions. The Dukes need a defensive stop, and badly.
First and 10 for the Aviators. The ball now resting at the Aviator 20-yard line.
So Zerbrug in the shotgun. Going to keep it. Gets to 25. Now he's still on his feet. 35, 40, 45, 50. Breaks a tackle. He's straddling the sidelines, and he is going to go all the way. One play drive, 80 yards. And now a penalty flag has been thrown. I'm wondering if it's going to be an excessive celebration penalty against the Aviators, but the touchdown will indeed count. And now with 5:01 to go in the second quarter, it is Alliance 24, Marlington nothing. Again, the Aviators came in the 15th position in Division III Region 9. The top 16 teams go. So if they end up winning this ball game, they will probably assure themselves of making a playoff spot. Nope, the penalty is against the Marlington Dukes. Don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I believe one of the players took his helmet off.
Oh, okay.
While on the field, so.
Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
So that penalty will be assessed on the kickoff, and it looks like the Aviators are going to go for 2 again. They tried that after their third touchdown here in the second quarter, and the Dukes were able to stymie Brendan Zerbrug. Now some other Alliance players coming in. They may have to call a timeout because the play clock's down to 0. So Alliance does indeed call a timeout. We'll keep it right here since we're getting ready for a 2-point conversion attempt by Alliance. The Aviators lead the Dukes 24-0. 5 minutes, 1 second to go here in the second quarter. And let's see what happens here now. Zerberg looks toward the end zone, leaps, and the ball batted away.
That was almost caught by another receiver there off of the deflection.
Yep. So with 5 minutes, 1 second to go here in the second quarter, it is Alliance 24, Marlington nothing. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network, and we will take this timeout.
Result of the penalty, Alliance will kick off from the Marlington.
We are back at Duke Stadium on the campus of Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer for the Straggett Media Network along with John Taggart Jr. The Alliance Aviators preparing to kick off from the Marlington 45 because the unsportsmanlike penalty called on Marlington after the Alliance's latest touchdown. And the kick, the short kick, but taken in the end zone. And so it will be a touchback for the Marlington Dukes. And the risk of sounding like a broken record, John. The Dukes need to do something here, or it could get ugly really quickly.
Yeah, they need to get and they've been putting drives together. It's just they get down towards the red zone and they kind of stall out. So they got to be able to, punch it in for a touchdown right before half, and get some points on the board.
So Bo Himmelheber is in there at quarterback for the Dukes. He hands it off to DeFleur, and he might have gotten one, and that's it. The Alliance defense is really playing tough.
Yeah, and it makes it a little bit harder when it starts raining like this. It's not really a downpour. It's just kind of enough to make everything wet and slippery and cause problems, throwing it through the air. And, at this point you don't want to have an off-cue pass and, throw an interception. So they might just keep it on the ground here for the rest of the second quarter.
There's actually been very little rain throughout this Stark County this football season, but it's no surprise that it's happening during Week 10. So the Dukes with a 2nd and 8, and now we have a stoppage of action. Not sure what that was all about, but they're resuming the clock. 4:13 and counting here in the second quarter. Himmelheber in the shotgun. Looks like DeFleur again to his right. Himmelheber goes back. Now he's rolling left. Now he throws left and out of bounds. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Marlington Dukes. On their own 22-yard line, the clock is stopped on the out-of-bounds play and the incomplete pass, for that matter, at 3:59 to go here in the second quarter. A new football being thrown in. And we have a light mist here at the stadium. Again, several people up in front of us in the stands with umbrellas not at the ready. They are open. So let's see what the Dukes come up with here. Himmelheber rolls right, throws right. And it looked like a penalty flag came in. Maybe that's interference on the Alliance Aviators, John.
Yeah, either that or maybe a push off. I'm not sure. He did get the catch and get out of bounds, so either way the clock should stop.
It is stopped at 3:53. And let's see what the officials call here. Well, it's against the Alliance.
Yep, pass interference.
And it's a 15-yard penalty as opposed to a spot foul like in the NFL. So it'll be 1st and 10 Dukes on their own 37-yard line. Himmelheber, again back to pass, now under a little pressure, rolls right, throws. It is caught, 45, 50, 45, 40, 35, down to the 31-yard line of the Alliance Aviators. Carter DeFleur, the running back, one of our Marlington Dukes key players, comes up with a nice reception and several yards after the catch. .330 and counting here in the second quarter. Alliance with a 24-0 lead, but the Dukes threaten again. Let's see if they can cap it off. Hand off to DeFleur, tries to go to his left. And if he was fortunate, he got one. Line of scrimmage at worst. Marlington has one timeout left with 3:05 and counting here in the second quarter. Now some substitutions being made.
Yeah, I expect, the Dukes wanting to score here, but also wanting to take as much time as they can off the clock in doing so.
Yep, because it looks like Brendan Zerbrug is one of those type of quarterbacks you don't want to leave too much time on the clock for. Man in motion for the Dukes, right to left. Snap to Himmelheber, fakes the handoff to LaFleur. Now he throws in it.
Just a little high.
A little bit high. I thought maybe Himmelheber was going to run with that ball, but he got rid of the ball right before he got to the line of scrimmage and threw it, but a little bit too high, and the receiver couldn't come up with it, so it'll be a 3rd down and 10 for Marlington. Clock stopped. 2 minutes, 31 seconds to go here in the second quarter.
Yeah, I think Bo saw someone right as he was getting ready to run and tried to, lace it in there and get the first down, and unfortunately just sailed a little high on him.
So 3rd down and 10 Marlington on the Alliance 31. Alliance 24, Marlington nothing. Himmelheber goes to his right, being pressured. Now he throws. It is deflected.
Whoa.
I don't know whether the receiver would have come up with it inbounds anyway, but it was a very nice deflection.
Yeah, it would have been pretty close there.
Number 7, Jaden Proctor on the coverage.
Proctor, number 7 on the coverage. So it'll be 4th down from Marlington, and they'll likely go for it. 2:25 with the clock stopped on the incompletion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, it looks like we have an injured aviator on the field there. I think it was number 8, I believe.
Okay.
C.J. Daniel. So hopefully everything's okay and it's just a stinger or something, perhaps.
He is a senior, so clock stop for an injury. We'll keep it right here on the Straggett Media Network. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. And the Dukes need to convert here, John, because, like I said, it looks like Brendan Zerbrug is one of those quarterbacks you don't want to leave too much time on the clock for.
No, it only takes really one play, and if you have 1 second on the clock, he can make something happen.
He's already proved that with an 80-yard touchdown scamper for the Aviators' 4th touchdown of the ball game.
Well, it looks like CJ's up and walking across the field under his own power, so hopefully everything's okay.
That's good. You never want to see a player get seriously hurt. So the Dukes have it, 4th down and 10 on the Alliance 31, 2:25 to go here in the second quarter. Alliance is claiming somebody moved, but no flag was thrown. Pass is complete, but I don't think he got the necessary yardage.
No, I think he was about 2 yards shy there.
Not enough for the first down.
So the Alliance Aviators will take over on downs again with 2:17 to go here in the second quarter. It is Alliance 24, Marlington nothing. The Aviators have 2 timeouts.
Yeah, 2 timeouts and 2 minutes and 17 seconds. It's plenty of time to get down the field if they want to and try to get a score before half.
Especially with those legs of Brendan Zerbrug. So the Aviators with a 1st and 10 on their own 25-yard line. 2:17 to go here in the second quarter. Zerbrug keeps the ball, but this time the Dukes pretty much snuff him out. I don't know if he even got back to the line of scrimmage. If he did, he was fortunate.
Yeah, they definitely closed down all the alleys for him and had nowhere to go.
Loss of 1 on the play. Brings up 2nd down 11.
So it'll be a 2nd and 11 for Alliance on their own 24-yard line. The clock runs. 1:50 and counting here in the second quarter. Zerbrug lined up in the shotgun, receiver to his left and 4 to his right. And he whips it to one of the receivers, but he fell down, which means he's automatically down. He caught the ball.
Yep, Ramir Hawkins Wishes he would have had his footing under there because I think he had a lane.
Yep. So the Dukes fortunate there. Clock continues to run. 1:10 and counting second quarter. And the Lions still has plenty of time on the play clock. It's at 15.
Yeah, I think they're pretty content with just running the clock here.
In fact, I wouldn't be surprised to see them call a timeout because now the play clock's at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and there's the whistle.
Timeout on the field. Timeout, Alliance.
So the Alliance Aviators called their second timeout of the half, so each team has one timeout remaining. The clock is stopped with 45 seconds to go, and it'll be third down and 11 for Alliance on their own 24-yard line.
Number 147 7895. Once again, 147 7895. If you've got a
So let's see what's going on here.
7895. Come to the press box.
As you could hear the announcement of the, I believe it was a 50-50 ticket. Now the team's coming back on the field. And the Marlington Dukes with an opportunity to finally get a stop. So let's see what happens here. Zerberg in the shotgun. This time 4 receivers left and 1 to the right. For the previous play, it was 1 receiver left and 4 to the right. And now, looks like we have another. And Alliance calls their final timeout.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I'm not sure on the rule in high school, but apparently you're allowed to take back-to-back timeouts. Usually you're not allowed to do that.
I wasn't sure what the rule was either. Now it's still showing one. So again, 45 seconds to go here in the second quarter. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Tackett Jr. of the Straggett Media Network. It is Alliance 24, Marlington nothing. Third and 11 Aviators on their own 24. Zerberg in the shotgun. Again, 4 receivers left, 1 receiver right. Zerberg is going to keep it. And it looks like he's going to be short of the first down. But I don't think Marlington is going to try to stop the clock.
No, I think they're going to let this run, and they
don't have to run another play because the play clock initiated at 40 seconds. It's at 25 seconds and 20 seconds on the game clock. So Alliance does not have to run another play. In fact, their reserve players on the sideline are starting to walk toward the locker room. And that will be the end of the second quarter. We are at halftime at Duke Stadium on the campus of Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network. The score at halftime, the Alliance Aviators 24, the Marlington Dukes nothing. We will take this timeout.
family and friends, the pride of the sky, the 2023 Alliance Aviators Marching Band. Tonight, we're ready to confess. The pride of the sky loves the 80s. As you might be able to guess, we love the pride of the sky. Sometimes I think about just what I would do to see them perform. Band, I think I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500 more. I would walk 1,000 miles just to watch you play. I'm going to be by the players. Next, we'd like to feature the AHS Majorettes. As a band, we love to be walking in time. You might even say, we got the beat. Now it's time to journey all the way back to 1980. To close our show, we want to go for a bit of a rock and roll feel. Band, when it comes to rock, you can do it any way you want it.
Welcome back to Marlington High School, Duke Stadium. I'm Mark Lanzer, along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network. It's senior night for the Marlington Dukes, but it's not going very well, as the Alliance Aviators have a 24-0 lead over the Dukes, and Alliance will receive the second half kick. The Aviators scored on their first 4 drives, and the Dukes were able to keep them from scoring on their last drive in the first half. As I mentioned earlier, this game is in danger. Now it looks like Alliance is kicking.
Yeah, there's some halftime stats for you. Brendan Zerberg has 12 rushes for 156 yards and 2 scores. And then he followed that up with he went 9 for 9 passing, 142 yards and 2 scores.
But is he a factor in this game? That's what I want to know. The Aviators ready to kick it off. The left footer plants one down toward the field and is bobbled by the Dukes, but picked up by a backup returner, and that's Evanich, and he managed to get outside 30-35 to the 40. And he's finally brought down about the Alliance or the Marlington 44-45 yard line. So what started out looked like a busted play, John. The Evanich was able to convert it to a nice return.
Yep, he had 3 catches for 28 yards in the first half, and he had a nice return here to start the second.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Marlington on their own 44-yard line, 11:48 to go in quarter number 3. Alliance 24, Marlington nothing. The Dukes hoping to change that. They showed signs of possibly doing so, but they would always get stalled. Immo Heber to his right, throws to the right, and out of bounds. He was outside the tackle box, so he was able, as long as he got it to at least the line of scrimmage, which he did, he was able to throw it out of bounds. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 with 11:42 to go here in quarter number 3. Brendan Zerbrugg showing why he's the star quarterback that he is. You heard John's statistics regarding him a few moments ago. Now the snap, Immo Heber, looks like he handed it to the floor. And if he got a yard, he's very fortunate.
Yeah, the middle just hasn't been open for the Dukes tonight.
It was indeed DeFleur. He is one of the Marlington key players listed. So it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Dukes, 11:25 and counting here in the 3rd quarter. Immo Heber in the shotgun. Looks like the floor behind him again. Now a receiver in motion from left to right. Back to pass is Immo Heber. He throws, and it is, I believe, caught. And he caught it in traffic. Nope, it's incomplete. So let me correct myself. Logan McCready, number 12 for the Aviators, broke the play up. And it looks like the Dukes will probably have to punt. Well, maybe not. Even though they're in their own territory, maybe the Dukes feel they really don't have anything to lose here. Clock is stopped with 11:07 to go. And the Dukes are indeed going for it. So they are risking giving Alliance real good field position. Himmelheber back to pass. He throws. It is caught. But it's awfully close, but I don't think he got the first down.
Yeah, he looks to be about a yard shy.
So the Aviators will take over on downs, and they'll be in very good field position. Exactly 11 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Again, the Alliance Aviators lead the Marlington Dukes 24-0. Again, senior night at Marlington. 40 seniors honored altogether. The football team, the cheerleaders, the marching band, and the other fall sports seniors. The Dukes are more worried about keeping Alliance out of the end zone and possibly turning this game into a running clock game. And now the whistles blow. Let's see what we have here. Play clock is at 25. Again, the game clock, 11 minutes to go, third quarter. Marlington with only a minute on that first possession. Well, I'm not sure what's being discussed, but it looks like we're going to resume. So 1st and 10 Aviators on their own 47. Zerbrug in the shotgun, hands off. Now fakes the handoff, throws right side, and it's caught around the Marlington 47. So that would be a gain of 6 if it indeed is the 47.
Yep. Kayvon Davis on that catch. A little shaken up there after the play.
Yep, he's limping. Hopefully it's nothing too serious.
I hope not, because Kayvon had 3 catches for 78 yards and 2 touchdowns in the first half. So they really need him.
2nd and 3 for the Aviators 46-yard line. Now we have another stoppage of play. Up. Yep. The Aviators with a timeout. So we'll take a timeout as well. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network. 10:24 to go, third quarter. Alliance 24, Marlington nothing. We are back at Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer for the Straggett Media Network, along with John Taggart Jr. Zerber keeps the ball, 40. Brought down at the 37, but that's plenty enough for a first down. It was a 2nd and 3. Clock momentarily stopped to allow the down markers to move. And now it resumes running, 10-12 and counting here in the third quarter.
Alliance first down, 1st and 10 for the Aviators coming up. The ball at the Marlington 37-yard line.
Alliance with a 1st and 10 on the Duke's 37-yard line. Under 10 minutes now to go in the third quarter. Zerbrug keeps it. But he doesn't get much, if anything. Did he fumble? It looks like they were scrambling about for that.
Yeah, it looked like there was a fumble on the play.
But I believe the Aviators fell on it.
Aviators, 2nd down and 10 coming up.
So it ends up being no gain. That's the second time tonight Alliance has fumbled, but for them, they were fortunate enough to recover each fumble. Second down and 10. Now the Aviators, for whatever reason, the play clock is not running. Man in motion to the left. Zerbrook throws. It is dropped. And that had the potential, John, of possibly going for a score. But the receiver did not hang on to it, so it'll be third down and 10 with the clock stopped at 8:58 to go here in the third quarter. So the Dukes got a break there to see if they can take advantage of it.
He definitely had a lot of green grass in front of him. That was Gavon Davis, and that's one hard kid. That's one kid it's hard to bring down there.
So Zerbrook in the shotgun again. He goes back to pass. Now he throws the right side. Caught. It looks like it's inbounds. And it looks like it's enough for the first down.
Pass complete.
And indeed it is.
Good for an Aviator first down.
So the Aviators will have it inside the Marlington 30 at the 26. 8:53 to go in the third quarter. The clock stopped because of the receiver going out of bounds. Well, now it's resuming again. 8:45 and counting. Receiver in motion now. It's given to him. I don't know whether it was a shuffle pass or a handoff, but he gets to the 20-yard line.
Hands off to number 3, Amir Hawkins.
Amir Hawkins, one of our Alliance key players of the game.
Cleveland and Salyers in on the stop for the Dukes. Gain of 5 brings up second down 5.
So second down and 5 upcoming for the Alliance Aviators. They are at the Marlington 21-yard line. And we have now reached the 8-minute mark of the third quarter. Now the Aviators shifting around. And a handoff to about the 15 of Marlington. That may be enough for another first down. And indeed it is, as the yard markers are being moved.
Pretty fast on the carry.
Looks like the rain might have let up a little bit, John. I'm not seeing as many umbrellas as I did before.
15-yard line.
Yeah, it looks like if it anything, it's just a light drizzle out there.
So first and 10 Alliance on their 15-yard line, or on the Duke's 15-yard line, rather. Zerbrook will keep it, and he may have gotten one or two, but not much.
Yeah, not much there. Duke's defense really tightening up here.
Now we are at the 7-minute mark of quarter number 3.
Ray Cleveland and Gavin Zamias in on the stop. Gain of 3 brings up a second down 7.
Second down 7 for the Aviators at the 13-yard line. Scoreboard showing second and 8. Zerbrook in the shotgun by himself, back to pass. Now he runs with it. And he's at the 10. And they got him out of bounds, I think, around the 5.
Zerbrook on the carry, forced out of bounds by Bryson Jones.
So he's awfully close to another first down. Let's see what happens. Yep, the down marker being changed from 2 to 3, so he must be just short. And I think this is definitely 2-down territory. If they don't make it here, they'll probably go for it on 4th.
Yeah, they struggled with the extra point so far tonight. So I figure a field goal's out of the question for the Aviators.
Actually, they're putting the ball at the 9-yard line, so it's 3rd and 3. Zerbrook keeps it. Is at the 5. And inside the 5. Marlington's able to stem him off, but I think he got another first down.
Yeah, I think you're right.
They're moving the yard markers and changing the 3 to a 1. So it'll be a first and goal for the Alliance Aviators.
I'll tell you what, he might be a quarterback, but he definitely runs like a fullback at times here.
Very difficult to bring down. So it is first and goal at the Marlington 2-yard line. Zerbrug in the shotgun. Looks like a backfield mate to his right. And he hands off to that person. And into the end zone he goes, I believe. Yes. Nope, Zerbrug kept it. And that makes it 30-0 Alliance. Now, I'm not fully familiar, John, with the running clock, but the lead has to be at least 30 points, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. So the clock should stay running unless Marlington scores and takes it back under.
So it is running right now. And they'll try the 1-point attempt. Alliance has yet to convert. And this one's blocked.
Well, I can't say that I've ever witnessed a game with this many blocks in one game.
I don't recall either. I've watched a lot of football on all levels, and they're blocking kicks like Kareem Abdul-Jabbar used to block shots in the NBA. So we'll keep it right here. 5:27 to go here in the third quarter. The Alliance Aviators now with a 30-0 lead. The clock stops at the end of the conversion attempt. It kept running after the touchdown, but it does stop at the end of the conversion attempt. So the Aviators ready to kick it off to the Dukes. Now, what I'm wondering about the running clock rule, John, like say if Marlington were to score a touchdown to put the lead to less than 30, does the clock still keep running the rest of the game, or will it stop?
I'm kind of unsure.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. So the kickoff taken by the Dukes at the 10, 15, 20. Oh, my goodness. I may be dating myself here, folks, but the way the Dukes press box has been playing music, I think Anita Ward's Ring My Bell might be appropriate on that one, because that returner got his bell rung on that kickoff. So the Aviators will get it. First and 10 on their own 25-yard line. Clock running, 5:15 and counting here in the third quarter. Emil Heber hands it off, but that play is snuffed out immediately. Marlington wasn't fooling anybody there, John.
No. I'll tell you what, Adam Zumbar is one of the senior captains for the Aviators and one of their top tacklers, and he came flying through there untouched.
So it'll be second down and 15, even though the scoreboard showing a first down. The yard marker is correctly showing the second down. Emil Heber. Back to pass. Started left. Now rolls to his right. Still looking. Now he's going to keep it 20-25 and runs out of bounds at the 27-28 of Marlington. But again, the running clock continues. Now a Lions player showing a little bit of gimpiness. That's number 8.
Yeah, he was hurt earlier. CJ Daniels.
CJ Daniel. He's staying in there. So it will be second down and 9 for the Dukes on their own 27. Emil Heber in the shotgun. DeFleur to his right. Emil Heber faking a snap. Now he gets it, goes back, being rushed. Keeps it again. There's a penalty flag. Let's see what's happening here.
Penalty flags on the field.
Didn't look like a rough play out of bounds, so I don't think it's any type of personal foul penalty. But Marlington is going backwards, so it may be a hold. And indeed they are.
Yeah, it might be a block in the back there.
The official will let us know.
Penalty was block in the back against Marlington.
You were correct, John. Block in the back. So it'll be third down and 9 for the Dukes. Or it should be longer, third and 16.
Result of the penalty brings up a third down 16 for the Dukes.
And they are now inside their own 20. And now Marlington calls a timeout. So that will stop the clock. 2:25 to go here in the third quarter. The Alliance Aviators with a 30-0 lead over Marlington. We'll keep it here until the end of the quarter, since we do have a running clock in general. And John, as you mentioned, Brendan Zerbrug, he's everything billed. And if I recall correctly from talking to you on the telephone earlier this week, he is a commit to Oklahoma.
Yeah, he kind of jumped around there for a little bit, a couple different schools, but yeah, he's at Oklahoma, or going to attend Oklahoma here in the fall, so that'll be interesting to look forward to next fall and see him in Oklahoma.
Of course, Oklahoma, one of the premier college football programs. So, clock resumes. Third down and long for the Dukes. Snap to Himmel Heber. Throws. Got a man, and it's caught, but dropped. Evanich. And he would have had the first down had he hung on to that ball. So it will be fourth down and 16. Again with the running clock. The incompletion does not stop it. And the Dukes, I believe they're lining up for their first punt of the ball game.
Yep, as they've gone for it on fourth down on all previous possessions.
Snap, a good one. The kick, high in the air, not very deep, but high. And Marlington needs to fall on it because it took an Alliance bounce. So the Aviators will take over. First and 10, and it looks like it's going to be spotted on the 38-yard line of Marlington. Momentary clock stoppage.
Yep, change of possession.
And now it resumes. 1:20 and counting here in the third quarter. Zerberg in the shotgun. He has a backfield mate to his left. Hands it off to him, but the Dukes snuff it out. That'll be a loss.
Number 17,
Ramon Hawkins.
Yep, younger brother of Ramir.
So it looks like it's going to be like a 2-yard loss. So it'll be second down and 12. And this potentially could be the last play of the quarter, depending on what it is. Zerberg throws left, caught. Receiver goes out of bounds, but the clock will not stop because of the running clock. There's 24 seconds. The play clock's at 40, so Alliance does not have to run another play, and I'm willing to bet they will not. But you never know.
Yeah, it looks like they're heading towards the sidelines here, and
Yep.
should take this in the fourth quarter.
We have now reached the end of the third quarter here at Duke Stadium and the campus of Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network. The score after 3 quarters of play, the Alliance Aviators 30, the Marlington Dukes nothing, and we will take this timeout.
Hello.
We are back at Duke Stadium, Marlington High School, ready to start the fourth quarter with the running clock. The Alliance Aviators lead the Marlington Dukes 30-0. Aviators with the ball. Zerberg back to pass. He's still looking. Now he's going deep. He's got a man, and it's caught for an Alliance touchdown. So the very first play of the fourth quarter, Brendan Zerberg connects with Ramir Hawkins. Now how many touchdowns is that for Hawkins, John?
Yeah, I believe that's his first receiving touchdown tonight. I believe his brother had the rushing touchdown.
Okay.
That should be Zerberg's third passing touchdown of the night.
Well, another point after attempt. The snap, the spot, the kick is up, and this time it's just flat out no good. I don't know if it was ticked or whatever. I really didn't hear the thunk associated with the block, but regardless, he missed it wide left. The clock is stopped now because of the end of the point after attempt. We have 10:51 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Alliance 36, Marlington nothing. We'll keep it right here. And it's been an overall team effort for the Alliance Aviators, John, both offensively and defensively. It seems like there were some times where Marlington would threaten the score, but Alliance would come up with a key play to stop those drives. And then, on some tokens, they would turn around and score themselves. And I think that's why we're in the position we're in.
Yeah, seems like all pistons are firing for the Aviators tonight. And right now it seems like they're just in cruise mode and going to cruise on to a 6-4 record.
So the clock resumes on the referee's whistle. The kick. Another short one. Taken by the Dukes. 25-30. 35, still on his feet. And now the whistles blow. So Bryson Jones with the kick return for Marlington. And we have a penalty flag on the field. Might have been a little unnecessary roughness. Now on whom, I'm not really sure, but the officials will let us know.
Look, there's a little pushing and shoving at the end of the play, little activity there.
Yep.
It's going to happen in a rivalry game, Week 10, senior night.
Yep. And it looks like it's against Alliance. So Marlington should get. So that should be a 15-yard penalty and put the Dukes in even better field position, probably close to midfield from where the referee's standing now on the Marlington 35. Are they going to walk off the penalty? There we go. So it'll be officially placed at the Marlington 49-yard line. So the Dukes, with good field position, now let's see if they can take advantage of it. Himmelheber in the backfield, DeFleur to his right. Hands it off. Nope. Fakes the handoff, throws it left side. Good catch.
Pass complete to number 19, Cole Jones.
Cole Jones on the reception.
Number 6, J.R. Jackson. Result of that play, just for a good first down.
It is a first down for the Dukes
40-yard line coming up.
on the Alliance 40.
That is a first choice electrical solutions, first down.
So again, Himmelheber in the back or in the shotgun. Hands it off again to DeFleur. DeFleur, 30, 25, 20. And he's looks like he's at the Alliance 16-yard line.
Bo Davis and Logan McCready in on the stop for the Aviators. Result of the play, good for Marlington, first down.
So it'll be 1st and 10 for the Dukes on the Alliance 18-yard line. Clock continues to run. 8:10 to go here in the fourth quarter. It's Alliance 36, Marlington nothing. Himmelheber in the shotgun again. Looks like DeFleur to his right. Hands it off to DeFleur again, but he got pretty well stuffed. He might have got a yard, but no more than that.
On the carry once again.
So it'll be a 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, other than that one nice run he just had, it seems like Alliance, there was a no-fly zone in the middle of the field there for him.
There you go.
8:01 brings up 2nd down 9.
Again, a great overall team effort by the Aviators. Well, handoff. Looks like DeFleur again gets inside to 15, maybe to the 14. That'll bring up a 3rd down, 7:15 and counting here in the fourth quarter.
Malachi Thomas Allen and Caden Strait on the stop for Alliance. Gain of 3 brings up 3rd down 6 for the Dukes.
Man in motion, that is Evanich. Faking the handoff, and now keeping it is Himmelheber. He's at the 10. He's still on his feet. He's at the 5, but there's a flag, and I'm wondering if it might be a legal block in the back or holding on a receiver. We'll see what happens here. He had enough for the first down. Let's see if this one's coming back. It looks like it is.
So he is blocking the back against Marlington.
Yep, blocking the back.
Legal block in the back, so it takes the ball back to the Alliance 17-yard line.
Result of the penalty brings up 3rd down 9 for the Dukes.
So third down and 9 for the Marlington Dukes. Himmelheber back to pass. Now he throws toward close to the end zone, but it looks like it's out of bounds. So it'll be 4th down.
Oh, I tell you what, if I'm the Marlington Dukes, I'd try to call up that play they ran a couple times earlier with Evanich down the middle of the field. It seems like every time he was wide open, it was just either overthrown or dropped. But every time he hit that seam right down the middle, he was wide open. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try that one more time. 3rd time's a charm.
Let's see what they do. 5:15 and counting here in the fourth quarter. Himmelheber still has the ball. Very little developing. Now he tries to run with it, and he will be stopped, and Alliance will take over on downs. So the clock will stop because of the change of possession. But once the officials put the ball down for play for the Aviators, they'll start the clock again. Right now we're at 4 minutes, 52 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter. The Alliance Aviators with a 36-0 lead over the Marlington Dukes. As I mentioned earlier, they came into this game number 15 in Division III, Region 9. So the top 8 teams in each division host a playoff game in the first round, and the 9 through 16 would be on the road. So we'll see where Alliance ends up. Handoff up the middle, good run.
Yeah, I expect Alliance just to kind of milk the clock here, run the ball, not try to score, just run the clock out.
Yep. So it'll be another first down for the Aviators. At least that's what the scoreboard's showing, but the down clock is showing second down. So it should be second and maybe a couple. Zerberg hands it off, 35-40, 45, good tackle. If that tackle's not made, John, he might have been going to the proverbial house on that run.
Yeah, he hit that hole pretty quick there and kind of bounced it out to the outside, and it was off to the races if it wasn't for that tackle.
Now the Alliance team and crowd starting to really whip things up. 3:15 and counting here in the fourth quarter. And Alliance taking their time. It's a 40-second play clock for now, and it's at 21, so they're going to take their time. As John mentioned earlier, just basically going to try to run out the clock, but if the Duke's defense falters, Alliance could have a good chance to score. 2:50 and counting, handoff, 50, 45. And it'll be another first down. And I'm kind of surprised, John, that the Alliance still has Zerbrug in there, because you don't want to risk him getting hurt, especially if they do end up going to the playoffs.
Yeah, and I assume this win will solidify their spot in the bracket, so I would definitely want to keep him healthy for next week.
.213 and counting now here in the fourth quarter. 15 seconds on the play clock. The Aviators get to the line of scrimmage, which is the Marlington 45, 2nd and 4. Zerbrug hands it off again, 45 to the 40, and run out of bounds. And
takes the ball inside the deep 40-yard line.
He fell down pretty good, but I don't think he was really forced out because I don't see a penalty flag. So it'll be another Alliance first down. We are now at 1 minute and 30 seconds to go here in the fourth quarter.
All right, folks, as the game winds down here.
Well, it looks like they have lifted Zerbrug now.
Stop by the concession stand. We've got $2 slices of pizza, $1 hot dogs. You can buy an entire pizza for $10.
In fact, it looks like Alliance is content to kneel down with it a couple times. That looked like Kayvon Davis coming in to be the acting quarterback. Now we're at 45 seconds. For whatever reason, the play clock's not running, but Alliance probably still will have to run another play. And there's another kneel down, and I believe that will be it. Alliance will not have to run another play. Clock continues to run at 15, but that is indeed the last play of this ball game. I'm Mark Lanzer along with John Taggart Jr. for the Straggett Media Network, and we have now officially reached the 3-0 mark, and the ball game is officially over with the Alliance Aviators soundly defeating the Marlington Dukes 36-0. The Aviators end their regular season with a 6-4 record overall, 3-2 in the Eastern Buckeye Conference. The Dukes end their record, a regular season, with a 6-4 record, but they fall to 2-3 in the EBC, and are likely are not going to make the playoffs because coming in, at least on JoeIdle.com, they were rated 20th.
Yeah, kind of unfortunate ending for the Dukes. They really started off strong at the beginning of the year and turned the program around. Last year they only won one game. They turned it around and, just fell a little bit short of getting back to the playoffs this season. So, but Coach Joe Cardinal really has has the program turned around. I see great things in the future for the Dukes. I
do too. It should be very interesting. Anytime you go from 1 win to 6 wins, yes, the ending was rough, but a 5-win improvement is always good for a football program, and you would think they have nowhere else to go but continue to go up. So the weather seems to have settled down. I'm not seeing any umbrellas. It really didn't have much of a factor, at least I didn't see any factor so much with the footing, John. Even when it was raining, I know this is field turf that Marlington has, but that's not a guarantee that there won't be some slippery spots, but it seemed like both teams kept their feet pretty well.
Yeah, there's only one play I can really recall with a little out pass for Ramir Hawkins that he kind of slipped and he
fell down. Yep.
But other than that, no, I think it was a pretty good night. There were a couple fumbles. I think the first one, it wasn't raining yet. The second one, it was definitely coming down. So, but other than that, it was a pretty good game.
All righty. Well, that will do it for us here at Duke Stadium on the campus of Marlington High School. I'm Mark Lanzer for the Straggett Media Network, along with John Taggart Jr. I want to thank you, John, for your commentary and for correcting very politely some mistakes that I made. But overall, I was very pleased with this performance. Only my second play-by-play stint, but at least I can say that. So that will do it. The final score from Marlington High School, the Alliance Aviators 36, the Marlington Dukes nothing. I'm Mark Lanzer, wishing you a good night.